Show. The Drew and Fuse Show. The Drew and Fuse Show. They clean up nicely. It's the Drew and Fuse Show. The Drew and Fuse Show. The Drew and Fuse Show. Yeah, they clean up nicely. Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Drew and Fuse Show. I am Fusemania from Cincinnati, Ohio, and this is Drew
Joey
Pierce.
Lawrence from the hit TV show Blossom. Whoa.
Yeah, we're getting a little old there, bud. They're going to be like, these youngins are going to be like, who the fuck is Joey Lawrence?
With the killer like mud flap.
I mean, that's back, right? So maybe he fits in.
Dude, if I could grow one right now, the devil came and was like, you don't need to be bald, but you'd have to have a mud flap. Sign me up, Papa.
The Morgan Wallen mud flap. So
I'm Drew Pierce from Long Beach, California. Welcome, Daft Punks, to another show. Another
hit episode of the Drew and Fuse Show where it was like an MTV where you make the rules or something like that, or the road rules. I can't remember. Anyway, I just want to say, yeah, we got lots to talk about. And if you haven't, you can sign up for DMS using the promo code Drew and Fuse Show. It'll get you 30% off your first month. Tons of edits on there. We're going to talk a little bit of music later in the show, our DMS picks for this week. Also, we have the Patreon for bonus content from the podcast. So if you haven't signed up for that, go. It's $9.99. Go buy the Patreon. You help support the show. Drew's got some stuff coming this week.
Yeah, this week I got behind the scenes of what it's like to be me for a weekend and do two weddings on the East Coast and the West Coast. I was coast to coast this weekend.
He was Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide. We're going to definitely talk about that here on the Ketchup coming down the pipeline.
You know what else we're going to talk about, though? We're just getting right into it. We're going to talk about some news. Let's roll the news video.
Yo, it's the news. First up, nothing says professional like arguing over Serato updates in the comments section. Next up, Pioneer dropped a new controller, which means half of us are broke, and the other half are pretending they don't care. Spoiler alert, they care. But the real question is, can you get Karen to stop requesting No Broke Boys at 1:30 a.m.? And the answer is yes, you can. That's your quick spin through the news. Now back to the boys.
All right. New news. Newest
big news.
Of big news.
Yeah.
Big
news. We got Babooni. Babooni is going to be the Super Bowl, but just announced Babooni is going to be Super Bowl halftime show. Big deal. We all love the phones in our faces with Babooni requests. Probably my favorite thing every night.
Dude, Bad Bunny request. I'm over that. I will say I am.
Do you think that just ups it now? It's like, you're going to get more of those now?
Oh my gosh. It's that weekend leading up after, it's just going to be the Bad Bunny phone like massacre to DJs. It's like, oh man. Here's the thing. I've seen so many people up in arms about people being up in arms. Who cares? Who cares?
You know what I hope it does is obviously everyone likes the Babooni, right? I get it. Like the ladies like it. I just hope it, maybe some of the songs that people don't know, it familiarizes people a little bit more. So when we do have to play it, it doesn't like alienate people, right?
Yeah.
It gets the rest of the crowd going.
Yeah, maybe. I think he'll do a great job. I think he's been on WWE recently in the more recent years, and I thought he was great. He's got some big balls. He's took some giant bumps on there. I'm like, man, that's impressive that you're doing that. I think he was funny in Happy Gilmore too. I thought his little role. Yeah, I thought it was good. And I like his music. I don't know what he says. I have zero clue what he says. I don't speak Spanish.
Talking about getting girls, man. I'm actually excited too. Again, just so hopefully we can hear and understand what he said. But this is what I was going to say. He was in a movie that I just saw too, and he had a great role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the thing is, people, we talk about this all the time. There just isn't these giant, concisive, like, hit makers out anymore. Before we started this, we looked up who the top streaming artists were, all streams combined, and it's Taylor Swift, then Bad Bunny. So, I mean,
if you can't get the
argue.
Swift,
yeah,
if you can't get the Swift, then you got to get the Bunny.
Yeah, and then next was Drake, and then like Post Malone, which I think Post would be a great for a halftime show. Also, I think there's plenty of people that are good for halftime shows, but I think this decision is a business decision from the NFL. They desperately want more fans in other countries. They are wanting to grow the NFL brand. This isn't about the fans they already have. It's just about growing it's a business decision.
How dare you?
And like,
how is anything not about money these days?
Why are people so up in arms about a halftime show at a Super Bowl game? Like, who cares? Who cares?
Hey, make it entertaining. Make some of the dancers dance,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I personally look forward to backup dancers from this show. I think it's going to be great from that aspect.
Well, that's all we got to say about the Babooni, but there you go. That's a big piece of the news.
We missed
this last week, and we recorded the day before it came out, but Spotify has announced that they are now in Serato Record Box, and they're in DJ, but not in the mobile app, only on the Mac version, which is kind of weird, right? I don't know.
Well, whatever. I mean, it's a matter of time before they work out kinks, and I think it's just starting. What I will say before we get into it, and we could talk about it a little more, is I did use the Spotify mix feature at my wedding this weekend. I used it for ceremony. I used it for cocktail hour. I used it some for dinner as well. And man, game changer.
Bro, I used it all weekend, and huge game changer. So the mix feature is what we talked about last week. That's inside of the Spotify app. That's not inside of Serato. But both of my couples this weekend were adamant about their cocktail and dinner playlist being exactly the way they made it. And so I was like, fuck it. So I just turned on that mix feature. And I mean, there was a handful of times where I didn't even hear a blend. I looked down and it was just like changed. Like, it was really good, dude. And I spent no extra time on it. Yeah. No extra time. Just hit auto, and way better than before. Yeah. Loved it.
There are songs that I would love to play in Spotify before that I wouldn't play because it would be like a 45-second talking intro or something,
Yes.
and it's like, man, you can't play that. And if you're not right there to, essentially move it while you're like lining somebody up or whatever you've got going on, you can't do that. It's like embarrassing for that to play. And now with that, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. It was awesome. But to add to the Spotify inside of Serato, I used that as well. And that was huge. Like, it was a big saver. The one that saved I'll tell you how I used it. Or what was your question?
I was going to say, you do have to have Wi-Fi though for that, correct?
Yes.
Like, you have to, because it's not offline.
Right. And I have my iPad mini that I use for ceremony and cocktail, and that has the cell service on it. So with that, I use that as a hotspot.
Okay.
And so that was all I used. But the trick that I found is it takes a long time, especially, I guess, obviously, depending on how many playlists you have, but I have every playlist saved from the whole time in my life that I've been using Spotify. And if I kept Serato open, I didn't have to reload. The second I put it on to Wi-Fi, all the playlists were there. It didn't take forever to load. So I found that to be a nice little tip. And I used it specifically because, again, both of my couples were very adamant about like songs they wanted during dancing. They really wanted me to stick to their playlists. And I had most of the songs. Usually I would go and like remake a crate, But what I liked about it is I could just reference their playlist and go, oh, I haven't played that yet, and then get the edit that I wanted. And if I didn't have it, I could just load it off of Spotify inside of it, and play it. And it came in great for the bride came up and was like, hey, I want this random song that wasn't on her playlist. And I'm like, oh, I got it. Just hit the Spotify thing and typed it in. She's like, oh, so good. You got it. I'm like, of course. Threw it in and it played right away. So
what about
it was huge.
Clean versions? Did you mess with that at all? Like, did you notice, or did you not even get a chance to really?
I guess it's labeled as they have like an E, and then that's like the explicit. And then if it's not labeled, then it's clean.
Okay.
I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, no, I saw that. I wasn't paying attention. You could retype it in if it's on that. I use that playlist as a reference point. I wasn't necessarily using it as like the song that I played.
Right.
But it has the key, it has the BPM. I'm very curious with this integration on how accurate the key is, because you can't change it. You can't analyze it. It's built into Spotify. That is what they are saying the key is in. So it must be correct, right?
Maybe. Unless there's a key change, then you don't, right. Then like Whitney Houston, know, maybe.
But what's dope is, we could use it as a reference.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than it was, and people are still going to complain. So,
well, I'm saying you could use it like if you're making a bootleg or whatever, you can go on there and be like, oh, that's the correct key,
Don't tell them the secrets.
Wait. So all you DJs making TikTok mashups, you can actually find out if it's a key or not?
Yeah. Yeah. The Macarena over top of Bad Bunny. Is that what it is?
Dude, I can't wait for that.
Bad mashups. Oh, man. That's the other thing that's going to happen from Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl. There's going to be 9,000 Bad Bunny mashups.
Bring it on. Well, Scooter will be on it and get some Super Bowl.
Yeah, we'll get the Scooter one. That's the one that's the one I look forward to. But, the ones that aren't the Scooter ones that aren't good, the ones that I don't look forward to.
Well, the one thing I will say about the Spotify integration that I thought was interesting is I've never used streaming service, so maybe I'm naive and leave it in the comments. But I thought before you could have multiple streaming services, but I found now you can only like select one. And so you can't have BeatSource and Spotify or Apple Music in that or Tidal. It's like only, and maybe you can switch it in the settings, but I'm not trying to do that mid.
What about on my sticks? Can I get Spotify on my sticks?
Well, I don't know. Maybe with those 3000 X's.
Maybe. I need Spotify on my sticks, bro, so we can go
V2B. I think it's pretty dope, though. What else did you use it for? I thought it was very, very... It saved my butt all weekend. It was a giant help this weekend.
I just thought it was... The mix feature was great. I mean, especially playing, like, pre-ceremony music just off a Spotify playlist that the couple wanted. Kind of like you were saying, they had a, like, very specific playlist. It was strings. And, some of those string songs, like the end is like so long. So like, it's just a giant lull. But with the mix feature, it was like from the end of one song right into the next. And it was just nice. I mean, yeah. And you could set it yourself if you want to go in, and it's really yours to make what you want of it,
Right. It was so helpful this weekend for both of my weddings. I'm so grateful for it. And I love it inside of Serato. And also, just to mention, since we're here, we're DJ app friends here, it is not on the mobile. It's only on the actual Mac version. So not on the mobile.
What's our guy? Who's our boy?
I can hear you.
He's going to comment? Our boy. Hold on. I got to shout him out because he comments on all of our stuff. B-Boy Mac 84. Man, he's been one of our biggest fans. He's commenting on anything. So shout out to B-Boy Mac 80.
He's the
we
DJ
appreciate
guy.
You.
Yeah. DJ app guy.
We're going to give some shout outs here real quick to people that have been commenting on our stuff. So Neeson Entertainment, he's been commenting on like every video, and we appreciate that. Diesel's been commenting more recently. Let's see, who else? DJ V Squared has been commenting a lot. Man, we appreciate you guys. If you guys are listening on the podcast apps, Spotify, Apple Music, that's cool. We do have the video version over on YouTube, and we're trying to grow the YouTube channel, so we appreciate if you give us a subscribe over there and, trying to monetize more. We're doing another podcast here soon just to kind of let you guys know where I'm flying out to California so we can record this, and, that stuff gets expensive. So, but we're doing it, and we want to do more of the in-person stuff, and this is how you guys help grow the show.
I gotta let's throw it out there. What do they need to do? What do we need to do to get the monetization? Do you say
we need more video watch hours? So people got to watch the videos,
or just turn it on and leave your Mac on. Just hit play.
I don't know if it'll work like that, but it might.
Yeah, hit play and let them all run. Just let it go. That'll give us our hours.
Yeah, so we appreciate it. We're not making any money off YouTube. It's like this. There's this myth that once you have 1,000 followers or subscribers that you start making money, and that is fake news. Fake news there.
We went over 1,500 though. Thanks for those people that subscribed.
Yes.
I was happy. We finally hit
we
over.
Are over. Yeah, we're over 1,500 now, and we appreciate that. Actually, since the last episode, I think we're up like 12 subscribers for asking for more subscribers. So we appreciate you guys. We really do. It's cool to see it happening and see the growth of the show, especially since we're coming up on what will be season 5 of the show. We will have been doing this for 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
season 5 next month.
We've missed some here and there, but this will be episode 173. So we've done 173 of these, and we still don't know what we're doing. And
well, now we're going to do some catch up because we're catching up right now, but we're going to do some more catch up. So hit that little
catch up
video.
All right, here we go.
Video.
Catch up or catch up. Here we go.
What do you put on your ketchup? Tell me, what is it? I'd like to know it. I put ketchup on my ketchup. Oh yes, squeeze that bottle. Made from crushing tomatoes. I put ketchup on my ketchup. Oh yes, squeeze that bottle. Made from crushing tomatoes.
Ketchup. Why is it so nice to put you on other ketchups? I don't know, but I like this.
All right. Good video.
All right. The catch up on the catch up on the catch up.
So you just bought something. You bought a Toad booth.
Dude,
what I consider easily the best mobile booth. I mean, I don't even think it's an argument. It is the best mobile booth. It's the best booth that you can get.
Shout out to Toad. Favorite. He's here in Cincy. I like the idea of the Toad booth. I've been debating back and forth for a while now of what I'm going to get. And there's pros and cons to everything, and for me, I like that it's more of a DJ booth. I like that. It makes me feel a little more at home that I have a DJ booth. It's on nice bigger wheels. They lock, a thing that you can put in front that covers the wheels to make it look nice and neat. It has I just bought the 43. It has 2 rack mounts in it, so you can rack a bunch of your stuff. I've been bothering a bunch of friends already of what they've got racked in theirs and how I just appreciate seeing how there's no correct way to do anything when it comes to stuff. There's the way that you prefer. And I like seeing, kind of what everybody's doing and all that. So you got to go on his Facebook group and there's a lot of it's posted there, but I've had 4 Toad booths, and this is like my favorite booth is the 43. I found that to be the best size. Yeah. Because I don't care about what's on the screen. And I know some people care about that. I don't care what's on the screen. I use it mostly just because it's a rolling DJ case, really. Everything gets mounted inside of it. The controller stays all replugged, so you literally show up, take off the top, plug in the speakers, and you're done. And that to me is priceless. And I use on the screen, I just put, use Canva and just do the couple's name or initials and just keep it basic. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to being able to build it out and being able to, set up a little quicker and kind of roll in and roll out, So looking forward to that.
Yeah. Good buy. I own the 43 as well. I have the white version of the 43 and you got the black version. Fantastic booth. So
yeah,
great purchase.
Yeah. Shout out to Toad.
You want to talk about your wedding this weekend?
My wedding was good. It was down in Lexington, on the outskirts of Lexington at a venue called the Springhouse Barn. The setup was a little more difficult just because a lot of moving parts, essentially. A ceremony was in one area, cocktail hour was in another area, dancing was inside of the barn, but all of the dinner was outside of the barn in a tent. So they wanted my main setup inside the barn, and I had to run a satellite speaker essentially to the tent for, so they could hear some music and obviously speeches and stuff. So it was a little more difficult of a setup. But what I will say is the two venue owners, the husband and wife, were like the nicest people ever. And you know how it can be. Sometimes you get venue owners and they're particular because it's their stuff. And, they don't want it getting messed up. But they were like all about people like partying and having a good time, which was really cool.
Yeah. And we talked about this off air. I do a lot of setups just very similar to yours. I would have probably just ran it off an Everse 8, almost like a ceremony system.
Right.
And instead of running the cable. So just to hide from the comments, I know people are going to attack it in there, but I'm saying you on the sale almost have to know that you're going to have 4 setups, right? And sell them on an extra setup. Yeah.
Totally. And I did know going into it, I ran an Everse 8 and then I bought a wireless transmitter, and when I was testing it here at the house, it was working fine, and I got it down there, and for some reason it wasn't working, so I ended up having to run a long cable. And I'll troubleshoot it, and I'll figure out what it was. But I also just didn't want to sit there and keep messing with it, trying to figure it out. It was just all right, it's not working. We're running the wire. It is what it is. And but everything sounded really good, and it was a really nice night. Standout songs from the night. The groom really wanted me to play Timmy Trumpet Freaks, which I was kind of indifferent on just because the rest of their playlist was I wouldn't say basic, but just normal party stuff. And it wasn't overly hip hoppy and it wasn't overly housey. It was just pretty straight down the middle pop. But I played Timmy Trumpet Freaks and everybody popped off to that one. So it's kind of funny. I'm maybe I should be playing that song more regularly, when I do play some EDM and house, Yeah. So, but it was good. It was a good wedding, just, smooth for the most part, and nobody was overly annoying or anything. And the planner was really nice, which always helps.
I had 2 weddings this weekend. I'm going to be doing behind the scenes on our Patreon. So go watch that. I filmed this whole thing, and this weekend was wild. I accidentally booked myself on the East Coast and on the West Coast, and it was total my fuck up, but it all worked out. Praise the Lord. And you're going to watch that in the behind the scenes video, but just a little recap of it. I had a wedding in Virginia Beach and got out there, left Thursday, flew all day, got out there Thursday night, then had the wedding all day Friday. And this couple, we lucked out with the weather. I mean, I'm pretty sure it just got hit hard with what is it? The hurricane?
Hurricane?
Yeah. So yeah, all week. I think it's really bad out there right now, but I managed to miss it. So we had the same thing. Ceremony was upstairs, and this is a big Marriott. And what I would say about these giant hotels is they want you to load in the loading dock. And then, you got to plan almost an hour and a half extra just to load in. It's so bad. So yeah, ceremony was upstairs with a guitarist. Downstairs was cocktail and dinner and dancing. So we had, multiple setups for everywhere. This couple was really into their playlist and EDM and 80s and disco, and they wanted me to just stick with it. I think I only played one song that wasn't on their playlist, and it was Ain't No Mountain High Enough. And I only did it because we were supposed to shoot CO2 guns, and I had ran out of, the coordinator was like, play something else. And it was the first thing I could grab. And it worked. The bride was happy about it. So yeah, we did CO2 guns. That was that wedding. Literally didn't sleep. And then Oh no, I'm sorry. And then I had Larry D. Shout out Larry D. And the Ragozas came and surprised me. They saw that the coordinator had tagged me in a thing that I was out there, so they came and surprised me, took me out, and got to see both their places and their streaming stuff. It was a cool. Since I didn't have a hotel that night, it definitely saved my butt.
Yeah.
So hung out with them. First flight home, barely made my connector by like 5 minutes, and got
Don't
home.
tell the bride that. He made it with plenty of time to spare, people.
And yeah, it was definitely, I didn't sleep much, but it was awesome. I got home and my buddy Irv was here. He'd loaded up the van, took a shower, jumped right back in the car, and I went to my next gig. And this was at a house, a famous house. I had to sign an NDA, so I won't announce where it was or who it was, but it was for a Southern California team, and they play a sport in Southern California. It was the owner's house. Owner's houses. And so he had 2 houses, and there was like one of his assistants, and they got married ceremony on one of the houses. Then we had cocktail hour that I had to patch into their Sonos system for cocktail. They went downstairs into this unreal looking dinner area. It looked like the Coliseum. Nuts.
I did not see any pictures, so I wouldn't know.
They had trophies of stuff that you might win if you were, part of this Southern California team. And yeah, so dope. I patched into their sound system. They were very adamant I had to do a walkthrough, and they were very adamant about me having to use their Sonos system. And it's a good thing we did a walkthrough and I got to meet the guys, because this is something that I want to tell everybody is, if you ever have like a venue that's like adamant about using their sound, definitely do the sound check before, because this guy kept turning me down and I couldn't hear the mics at all. It was awful. It was awful. I hate using other people's sound. If I wasn't already in this stuck in that contract, and I did the walkthrough, I probably would have just been like, no, I'm not interested. It's just a pain in the butt, dude. So then we had our downstairs wedding, the reception dancing downstairs. I actually did bring my own speakers, because during the walkthrough, I was like, I'm not using your guys' in-house shit. Sounds like shit. But they wanted a lot of hip hop, and they were again adamant about me sticking to the playlist. And it was more old people than it was young people, and hip hop wasn't going to work. And the old people wanted to dance and party, so I played a lot of disco all weekend. Big standouts were the disco, and still some 80s, but mostly the disco. Great weekend though. Yeah,
that's good.
Look for that on the Patreon. You can see all the behind the scenes.
I'm looking forward to seeing the behind the scenes video on the Patreon for $9.99 a month.
Well, this is going to be a short episode, but let's shoot them with some music.
All right, so we're going to play a music video. See what I did there?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the DMS. DirectMusicService.com's picks of the week. Drew and Fuse, hit up with your top picks.
All right, there's our music video, and we're going to talk a little DMS picks today. Let's see here. What do we got? You want to go first? You want me to kick it off?
This is all of our DMS picks. Hit them with the code just in case. I know you set it up front, but hit them with the code so they know. If you're not a member, sign up for DMS.
30% off first month. Drew and Fuse show.
Yep. There you go.
So, I'll just kick it off. I like this remix, Chalant, however you pronounce it. Black Eyed Peas, The Time. I really like the Chalant stuff. It's really
kind of out of nowhere. I've been seeing that name a lot and been downloading a lot of it. So, big fan.
Yeah. What about you? Hit us with your first pick.
This one is the top downloaded this week right now, and it's Daft Punk Around the World, the Westend remix. Just beefs it up and
current.
Dope.
It sounds really current.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
My next pick is Lady Gaga, Poker Face, the Chalant remix. So another remix by his. It's trending on the site right now. It just makes it sound a little more current. Different situations, I like having different remixes or different versions of the song. So I'm not saying that I'm always going to play that one, but I like it.
Was it Dom Dalla or somebody just did a remix of this Poker Face? I want to say.
Really?
Or is it Just Dance? One of the two, but it's big right now, and so
I don't know if I knew that.
Making a big comeback. So that my next pick is Nicki Minaj and Bradeazy. Throw Some Mo. The DJ 9 bootleg makes it kind of a tech house.
Shout out DJ 9.
Yeah,
We've
shout
had
out
him on
DJ
the
9.
show before.
Shout out DJ 9. It's a great little bootleg, Papa. Thanks.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Well, look, man, all of our show members doing big things. Wow, who would have thought? Another honorable mention.
You have one more song before you got to the honorable mention.
Yeah. I this one's been out for a couple weeks now, but I really like the Chemical Brothers and Q-Tip Galvanize, the Chris Lake remix. Basically, anything Chris Lake puts out right now, I'm a fan of, so it's kind of hard to go wrong. I always like that song in general, and it's just a housey version, and I think it's cool. So I don't know where I'm playing it. I'm probably at a spot like Igby's. It's probably one of the only spots that I could really play that, but I really like that. I think it's cool.
My last one is CYRIL, and featuring Nate Dogg. I Got Love. I like almost everything they put out. They're dope. CYRIL.
Yeah, CYRIL.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of good like remix cover, whatever you want to call that are out.
Yep.
Yeah,
like
crushing the game. And kind of like Chris Lake, my honorable mention is the Sugar, Robin Schultz, Baby Bash, whatever same thing, cover remix, but the Zerb remix. And Zerb has like that song with the Chainsmokers, Addicted. It's like that Afro house kind of down tempo-y, like 120. And this is like right in that same pocket. And again, I don't know where I'm necessarily playing it, but I really like it from a listening standpoint too. I think it's cool, so I like it. That's all I'm saying. That's my pick, and I can do what I want.
That's it. Yeah, go sign up for DMS.
Sign up for DMS. There's tons of stuff. If you guys didn't know, when you log in, you can go by the search bar, hit top downloads. You can search last week's top downloads, last month, the last 3 months, the last 6 months. You can even click a genre like hip hop and see what hip hop was downloaded in the last month or 3 months. So there's quite a bit of features with that, if you guys didn't know. It's crazy to me sometimes when I tell people about some of the features that are on DMS that they don't know about. So just wanted to mention that. But this week, quick episode. We appreciate everybody that's been listening. Some of these we're trying to keep short and sweet just because we want to keep the meat and potatoes for you guys and not have a bunch of fluff.
A great episode. Thanks for listening. That's it.
See ya.
Peace.
Bye.